Hello. It's August of 2025. I am 32. Welcome to my car. When I say car, I don't just mean car, as in brum brum. I mean K-A. Car. Get it? Today I'm saying goodbye to my car. Someone else has been in my car and I don't like it. I've made goodbye car videos before. This is the last one. This was 6.5 years ago. I had a bit more prep time for that one. I knew that I was going to be changing cars, whereas this was a surprise, which is why I'm not prepared. My car went in for its MOT and I was expecting it to come back with some bad stuff. There was so much wrong with it, including all of this, that they wrote it off there and then. Which was a shock. Right now the mileage, as you can see, is this. It's nothing. That's not to say she's not been through a lot, because she has. When I bought this car, I was not a kayaker. She had 2 wonderful years of bliss before she became the paddle wagon. I started kayaking in 2021. I didn't buy my first kayak until 2022, and that was a playboat that I could get in the back of the car. By the end of 2022, I was kayaking non-stop and my paddle wagon had to expand, so I had to buy a roof rack to put on the top. I've never had a roof rack before. My friend Jay and I put that together. That was 3 years ago now. But yeah, as soon as that was installed, I basically travelled across the country to buy a kayak. Despite the fact that I lived near Suffolk and the kayak was in Plymouth, the reason why I went that far to get that kayak was because it was pink. But anyway, the car did a massive journey to retrieve that kayak there and back. We did this many miles and all in 48 hours as well. It was my biggest journey in this car. I can come back to that another time, but basically she did well and it was a learning experience. Driving there and back, but also driving with a kayak on the top. Oh my. And everything went from there. In 2024 I went to Wales twice, there and back with 2 kayaks on the roof and my mum and I in the car with all my gear. It's been a bit like the game of Tetris, trying to get all these kayaks and gear inside the car. I think I've had 2 playboats inside the car. 1, 2 paddles and all my gear. I have had my medium boat inside the car and my whitewater boat on the top. Going back in time though, I didn't actually choose to buy this car. If you remember, I was driving my Clio. Her steam was running out, essentially, but the lady that was cutting my parents' hair was trying to offload this as quickly as possible, and so my parents bought it off her and basically said, "Rebecca, this is your new car." And the way I was back then, I was like, yep, fantastic, I'll take her. 500 quid, fantastic. And now I've got a third one I haven't chosen either. As I sit here, my car situation is a bit rah, but in the interim, I am now driving my mum's car. This is a manual, my mum's car is an automatic, but I hate automatics. It's like driving a toy car. Oh my gosh. As for this though, basically I didn't choose her, she came to me. But this is my first car that I have had on my own, because the previous car I shared with my brother, and then when my granddad died, Granddad's car went to my brother and then the Clio became mine. So it's been nice to have my own car. But as for the car and memories, there's been a ton in here. A load of kayaking ones, which I'm trying to filter out because it hasn't just been a kayaking car. I've had 2 partners while I've had this car. I can still see one of them sitting here. I don't actually think one of my partners sat in this car. He had a fancy car that was 30 grand or so. He wanted to drive me everywhere. In 2019 or so, I picked up my partner from the station and he got in the car and my sunglasses were on the seat and he sat on them. It wasn't his fault, but basically after that, every single time I've had someone in my car, I've panicked where my stuff is. And there's stuff everywhere. In every nook and cranny there's stuff. Usually there's more. I've had to empty the car because it's been sitting here for weeks. There's normally kayaking gear shoved everywhere. This is the secret back compartment. Normally my kayak straps are in there. I've actually put some stuff back in the car today to show you where stuff is, and also for my own self I'm going to take some videos and photos. But yeah, everything is normally rammed. Normally I have tons of sumatriptan in here, pads, tissues, there's lip balms everywhere. I don't really use this anymore. The CD player works, the radio doesn't because I broke the aerial putting a kayak on the roof. This is my Bose speaker that I've had for nearly a decade. That's been how I've listened to music primarily. Lip balm there. My Lucky Rock. I feel like I've lived in here. I've slept in here. I haven't done any camping trips per se. I have used it to go camping, but not camped. That was actually on my agenda. If I couldn't get a van, I was hoping to do a bit more travelling with this, but because I can lie down. Hold on, bear with me. Woo-hoo-hoo. It's a bit slow. Also, something I haven't said so far is she's been written off, but it means I can't drive her. I can drive her around the car park, which I am going to do. This is private land, but I can't take her out on the main road to say goodbye to her. She's had her last drive, but also I am filming this in a car park. There's no one around, but there's 4 sets of CCTV recording my every move. I'm a bit self-conscious, I won't deny. I've actually brought my kayak with me to show you what happens when I load her, but on the CCTV I bet they wonder what I was up to. You know, getting a kayak out of my mum's car, to carry it to this car, to put it in this car, to take it out of this car, to then put it back in my mum's car and drive away. Anyway, that was my demonstration of me lying down. Moving on. Financially, she's been fantastic. I mean, this isn't the most luxurious car out there. She's an old banger. Things are falling apart. The aircon doesn't work. The heating doesn't work. Right now the windows go up and down nicely, but here's some clips. Fan-dabby-dozy. Woohoo! Originally it was the electricity. Something was wrong with some wiring. The light on the dashboard has been flickering. That was fixed. That was a loose light bulb. This is the car I had during COVID. I drove so little that I actually killed the battery in the car. The central locking has played up. That's the central locking on my car. It just doesn't lock. It's been doing it for about a month. To the point where it stopped working about 2 years ago. I've had to manually unlock the car. And only on one side. That's been quite weird, shifting to my mum's car and suddenly having central locking. It's fantastic. I've had problems with the doors. One door went funny just before I went to Lee Valley and it wouldn't close. That was a nightmare. Sorry, the memories are coming back. On a big road trip, my mum's coffee flask leaked. We didn't know this until it was too late. And there was about a month or so in 2022 where my car stank. It's fine now. We had to cut the carpet out, that's how bad it was. Thanks, Mum. Not many kayaking scars from yours truly. This happened when the kayak was going on the roof and it slipped out of my hands in the rain. A bit like this. I've only dropped the kayaks twice. Kayaks are not invincible. Anyway, this is all the damage from my paddles. This is where my car met a hedge after a van ran me off the road. In 2020, someone keyed my car. My neighbours and other vehicle goers have loved hitting my cars over the years. There's been a few repeat offenders. Because maybe I don't have my own drive, but also my cars haven't been fancy newbie electric cars. It's felt like they've been the local punching bags. It's been frustrating watching everybody mistreat them. If you understand what this is and why this does what it does, hello, we're getting old. That kept coming out. I've got it to stay now, which is good. The car was supposed to smell of cupcakes. It's not that it smelt of mould, but it's definitely smelt of river. This leaked a lot over the last winter. I was constantly putting stuff in there while I was trying to get it fixed. It's only in the last year or so the bills have started piling up. A couple of months ago, I hit my car. I went up a verge and there was concrete under the grass. Anyway, damaged a tyre, 100 quid gone. There was a point when this broke and the roof kept coming down and it whacked me on the head. The clock! Oh my gosh, the clock. I've not been able to get the clock out to adjust it. So technically the clock works, but it doesn't have the correct time. It's driven me nanas as an autistic person because the noise it makes at the top of the minute. It's in the background of so many times I've vlogged in this car. There! Did you hear it? Other quirks about it. The speedometer is another one. It's out by about 10%. So when I'm doing 30, by that, I'm actually doing 27. When I'm doing 40, I'm doing 36. When I'm doing 70, I'm actually doing 63. Which is why everyone gets so angry with me on the motorway, because they're all speeding at 90. And there's me doing 63, thinking I'm doing 70. I'm autistic. I take driving seriously. Why does everyone have to make it so stressful? Slow down. But anyway, that became apparent when I got my sat-nav, which is now in my mum's car. This is the dirtiest I think she's looked. I don't know if you can see. She's filthy. The first thing I did when I got in the car earlier was use the windscreen wipers to clear the dashboard. Ah, the dashboard! A couple of months ago, she had well, I say she, it was me. We had an accident. The super summary is, there's the clock, distracted whilst I was putting the kayak on the car. Because I'm autistic, I was masking and Anyway, I pushed the kayak too far, like a seesaw. She then went up and down the front, scratched the window, scratched the bonnet, and crashed into the fence the other side. I was about to... Oh, sorry. Oh, God. That's a first! Whoa! Okay. It could have been worse, but that's not the point. Looking back, I think that was my car trying to tell me the end was nigh. The last thing that's broken on the car is the petrol cap. I was off to a whitewater centre and I stopped to get some petrol and the key got stuck in the cap, and by the time I got the key out I'd pulled out the lock from the cap so I couldn't get the cap unscrewed to put the petrol in, so I was panicking at the petrol pump for 20 minutes. Technically it's still broken now. There's the clock. Actually, as I sit here, how much petrol have I got? Oh, that's painful. Over half. I've just remembered there's been 2 occasions where I've got locked out of my car. One time was in Braintree car park. I got back to my car, I put everything in the boot, shut the boot, and the keys were in the boot. It was a nightmare, but we got it solved in the end because thankfully I had a spare key. That's one of my keys. The team here have the other one, but they're identical. The key's been good actually because it's not electric, so I haven't had to put it in waterproof bags when I've gone kayaking. I've just attached it inside my buoyancy aid. Boom, tish, done. It's been brilliant. Fancy cars have their problems. The one regret I have is that I never had a sea kayak on the top, but I know it's possible thanks to this photo. The next subject is colour. So these are sort of turquoisey. Sometimes it can look green. It's not quite blue. I also have synesthesia, and I'm not going to say the number plate, but basically the number plate is green, yellowy, orange, but mostly green. It's felt like a green car. I know there's a clock. The car is black, but she's green, which also feels kind of weird because I'm vlogging in front of an actual green fence, so it kind of feels right. Like I deliberately wore this colour because it just makes me think of my car. I could have worn pink. The majority of the stuff in the car that you can't currently see is pink, but she's felt green. My dad's here to take the roof rack off the car with me. Yes, the car's being scrapped, but I'm saving the roof rack because the roof rack was over 200 quid. So I'm going to try and sell her second hand. Because the roof racks are so expensive, they're locked to the car, so we've got to get the locks off first, then we can take the roof rack off.
Came off as smooth as glass. Okay. Right, you've got to have it just right.
I'm struggling a bit.
I think it's got to be...
Hey!
Right, it sets 2 minutes later. Oh, there we are. That was the kick.
She looks short without it. That's a bit random. I'm coming to the end of this, I can feel it. For a moment, for me, I'm just going to go around and film some quick things, some noises, so I can reflect back. There she is. Ready? To do the hazards. And then to turn it off. Clutch, brake, accelerator. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, and reverse. Neutral. Now I'm just going to drive around for a couple of minutes. Driving her just then, the steering's gone. The mileage is ending on 57242. Okay, now that's done, let's say goodbye. I should say that I am autistic. That is important because I do think people don't understand why I'm so attached to things and why things that mean nothing to you mean the world to me. This means the world to me, my car. But I'm also autistic and I hate change. Or I hate some change because I'm ADHD and some change is good. I need some stimulation. I don't want to say goodbye to my car. I don't want a new one. It's not a case of, yeah, this is something I want to do. No, it's something I have to do. I know she's tiny, but she's done brilliantly. It's not a case of I've wanted to pass her on. I've wanted to push her as long as possible. This has needed to happen, to be honest, so that I can actually move on from her. She's needed to die a death not of my own creation. I'm really sad. Car, I love you. I know you didn't particularly have a name. We did go through a couple. Bridget was one of them. As for where she's going next, she's being scrapped. Literally there. Jump cut. Today's the day we're scrapping her. Oh, I'm crying over a car. I'm hugging my car goodbye. Bye-bye, car. I don't know if I can keep the number plate yet, so I'm going to try. Couldn't keep them. I tried. I could last time. I feel bad. I feel like a bad car owner, but this is part of it, innit? Oh, I feel awful. Ah! I've thoroughly enjoyed having her as my paddle wagon. You've been with me through some dark times. I have some painful and some lovely memories in you. I'm talking to my car, I know. It does, it feels like a person. It's been a home. I've loved you very much. I'm sad to see you go. This is me and my car. What do they say? Onwards and upwards.